pregame show. Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. Game 3 brings us our first.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Spurs come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Toronto Raptors. The NBA postseason coming up next.
A 2-0 start to the finals. Things could change direction here in Game 3. 2K Sports brings you NBA playoff action. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors. You look at the Raptors. They can't panic, but after losing the first 2 on the road, there's no question they'll need a win tonight to regain some confidence and make this a series.
Yeah, they were unable to steal a game on the road, but now in this third game, it's really do or die. They need a win to keep their championship hopes alive. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the 2 stars at the forward spots. Parker and Green are the guard set. And it's Gasol, and at the 5 down low. Now here is Lowry. Screened by Ibaka. Here's Valanciunas. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
What a look from Lowry. Just knew he would be open.
It's stolen by Ibaka. To the middle. Lowry can't get it to go. And San Antonio has possession. Excited about the win on Thursday.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game. But bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well. And you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
They really played exhausting D out there, just hounding them all night long.
Gasol hits them both.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Rosen dishes to Lowry. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul here in the first makes it a tough decision whether to leave him in or not.
San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Gasol kicks to Green. At the elbow, it's Aldridge. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Almost automatic from there. Aldridge using his length to full advantage inside.
Screened by Ibaka. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. That one, no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Green against DeRozan. Pass to Aldridge. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Ibaka, the pass to DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. High, arcing shot, and it's Miles missing.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Leonard, no luck. Toronto trailing. And Miles kicks to DeRozan. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Aldridge. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Strength, body control, and focus. Kawhi showing it all right there.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Nogueira's checked in for Toronto. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. Miles. Spurs also with the sub. Burns checked in. Here's Lowry. And there's the feed to Nogueira. Over Laverne. And again, Toronto no up.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
That's tipped. Tries again, and it's good on the lay-in. Laverne's got his first basket of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
DeRozan against Leonard. Shot to end this cold run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
I mean, he's fearless and close. DeRozan attacks with confidence, overcomes good defense.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Powell, following the bucket by the Spurs. It's stolen by Green. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Powell, that's good.
Great heads-up look there from DeRozan to get his teammate an easy basket.
Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
The putback. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Raptors trail by 8. 18 feet out, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the best in the business in knocking down the mid-range jump shot.
Nogueira with the steal. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Raptors with some changes. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's DeLon Wright in for Kyle Lowry. Then for the Spurs, Davis Bertans checks in for Aldridge. Gay comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Green. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. White, he's checked in for San Antonio. Good on both. Spurs leading by 4. Bertans' shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Siakam. Gay with the block.
A pretty good defender. Gay using that 7'3" wingspan well. Get that shot out of here.
2 on the clock. He doesn't hit that one. LaMarcus Aldridge has been on display for the San Antonio Spurs. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we're set to get started again. So it's the Spurs now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So for Toronto right now, they've got Wright. He's out there with Norman Powell. Nogueira out there with DeRozan. And it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. Wright with it. Siakam misses.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Dishes it to Powell. Pass to Nogueira. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Let's take this chance now to show you the list of the postseason scoring leaders. The 4th spot held by DeMar DeRozan.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in. Then for the Spurs, Saul comes in for Laverne. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Murray. Now here's Powell. Light covering.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul this early.
And the Raptors making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. Here's Siakam. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And so he hits both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Pertinas, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Wright. Here's Siakam, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Excellent use of the screen there to free himself up and create space to make the open J.
Pertinas passes to Gasol.
With authority, Pau Gasol turns up the aggressiveness. Always a good sign for this team.
Wright dishes to Valanciunas. Miles against Gay. Wright sets a screen. Siakam kicks to Miles. Shot clock at 6. And there's the pass to Wright over Parker. And it's Wright missing.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Gay passes to Bertans. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now an 11-point Spurs lead. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. For Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And Wright kicks to Valanciunas. Powell with the screen. Toronto working the ball around now. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Siakam. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Anderson outside. Gay dishes to Gasol. Over Valanciunas. And again, it's Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 6 points.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Wright, the pass to Valanciunas. Back to Wright. Pass to Siakam. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Pau Gasol.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Raptors have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Wright. Anderson kicks to Bertans. And finished off by Gasol.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Pass to Siakam. Powell with the screen. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Siakam. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. 9 points in the game so far.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Nogueira's checked in for Siakam. And it's DeRozan in for Norman Powell. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Davis Bertans. Green, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And Murray subbed in for Tony Parker. And they get it back. Leonard inside. Defended by Miles. Spurs leading by 8.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Over Laverne. Not enough on that one as it misses. The Spurs have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Anderson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 12.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And DeRozan kicks to Miles. Ibaka outside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And that time, the defender a little out of control. Serge Ibaka wily enough to draw the foul.
Raptors have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
He's off on the second. From deep, Green. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's San Antonio holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting the ball so well in this.
Thanks.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny. Checking out the Spurs. They're looking to take complete control of the NBA Finals and certainly have been helping that cause tonight. If the second half goes anything like the first, they could have a commanding 3-0 series lead. And that wraps up the halftime show, third quarter.
And welcome back. Spurs leading by 11. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. Raptors on defense. Here's Green. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. Green's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Spurs. And the Raptors shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Left side, Ibaka. Second chance shot, and it's sent back by Aldridge.
The length and anticipation of Aldridge, a tough combo to score against.
Parker against Lowry. There's the dish to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. And they double up DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. And Valanciunas kicks to DeRozan. The second chance effort. Blocked again.
A very disappointing start to this half. 3 attempts with nothing to show for it. They can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 already to start the third.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Miles with it. Leonard picks him up. Miles dishes to Ibaka. Drills the three-pointer.
Finally. Now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
Here's Green, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you watch Danny Green work. Smart guy, a grinder. That time, he draws the foul.
For San Antonio, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for the Raptors. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 90 seconds now into the second half. And Parker comes with the help, and the call will be against Tony Parker. And that'll be his third foul so far. San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in, and the Raptors call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Wright sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Spurs leading by 12. Parker, right side. Mills passes to Aldridge. Over Ibaka. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 10 points for Aldridge.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
This could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
Siakam is checked in for the Raptors. Norman Powell comes in for Kyle Lowry. Davis Bertans checks in for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Leonard. Outside Aldridge. Parker kicks to Bertans. And he slams it one-handed.
You gotta love the effort from Parker, constantly helping get his teammates involved.
Raptors trail by 14. Now the pass to Siakam. Back to Wright. Siakam kicks to DeRozan. Now here's Powell. Defense right on him. They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. Second, LaMarcus Aldridge. In the 3rd spot, Kawhi Leonard.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Nogueira, he's checked in for the Raptors. 3-pointer right. They get it back. It's Powell on the wing. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. 1:51 left to play here in the 3rd. Wright dishes to DeRozan. Pass to Siakam. DeRozan. Clock at 6. Nogueira gets a screen for Wright. Shoots over Mills. Rebound San Antonio.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Count it. Mills has got his first bucket of the night.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Powell, the pass to Siakam. Right outside. And DeRozan kicks to Siakam. Feeds to DeRozan. Toronto working the ball around now. Powell for 3. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Laverne down low. And Laverne throws it down.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Siakam kicks to Powell. He feeds it to Wright. Wright with a screen on Gay. Here's Powell. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. San Antonio also making some changes. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. And it's Green in for Murray.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside DeRozan. Over Gay. No good off the front iron. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's San Antonio with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Lowry out there with Powell. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Miles in at the four-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Green dishes to Parker. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over the back call.
Great fundamentals on the boards. Can't see enough of this. Too many guys just tried to crash in at the last moment.
And the Raptors making a change here. Valanciunas has checked in. Pau Gasol's checked in for the Spurs. Parker kicks to Green. Leonard against Miles. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Green.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, he's shaken up a bit. No choice but to take a timeout and let him get some medical attention.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Anderson. Raptors trail by 18. Valanciunas with a screen on Parker. Lowry kicks to Miles. He dishes it to DeRozan. Over Gasol. And again, Toronto no luck.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's DeRozan. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. DeRozan's got 4 this quarter.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
And that one's good. Parker.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Screened by Ibaka. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Parker. Lays it in off the breakaway. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Kicks it to Miles. The feed to Valanciunas. Charity stripe shot. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Gasol attacking. And he drops it in from the low post.
High percentage look for Powell. Won't miss many from that distance.
Toronto shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Valanciunas with a screen on Parker. There's a good screen. Lowry kicks to Miles. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. The 3. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Spurs have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. And that one's good. Parker.
Sneaking inside, converting the high percentage look. Something Parker does well.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Trains the three-pointer.
I can't understand in the midst of a game you leave an elite shooter this wide open.
Count it. Good. That's 12 points for Pau Gasol.
You know, a top 10 in career points for active players. Pau Gasol lighting up the Nets tonight.
And Game 3 of the NBA Championship Series is all but in the books. Congrats are in order tonight on an outstanding effort and a well-deserved victory for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Active hands tonight. He may have gambled a bit, but sometimes you have to take chances to make plays, and he did that tonight.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Nogueira's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's DeLon Wright in for C.J. Miles. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. White, he's checked in for Danny Green. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Parker. And DeRozan, here we go. And DeRozan throws it down.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
34 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Back to Aldridge. Plays it up and banks it in.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
And here's DeRozan. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Look how comfortable he is today shooting the basketball. You can tell DeRozan is feeling it.
Here's Aldridge. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books. David, thank you as always. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us for Game 3 of the end.